Ladies and gentlemen, the universe today is letting us know volcanoes are going to be a big deal, not only on Venus, not only on planet Io, not only on planet Earth, but pretty much all across the solar system. The universe today, and specifically Matt Williams, is like, hey, there's a surprising possibility that there are still active volcanoes on Venus. And Venus itself is a great mystery. And not only is planet Venus a great mystery, what is also a great mystery is why all space agencies across the globe have pretty much paid very little to planet Venus, which happened to be John F. Kennedy's favorite planet to explore, and the most interesting of them all, and paid all attention to Mars. Mars, which now has like 6 billion rovers and submarines and flying helicopters and spider drones on it. I mean, Venus looks absolutely super fascinating and was purported to be the goddess of love and beauty. So why do we spend so little time and attention on our sister planet that is right next to us at about our same size and looks fascinating? And Mars just looks like a big lifeless rock and filled with red dirt, Martian dirt. And so we've got all those instruments and robots there, and it supposedly doesn't even have any active volcanoes. We spent so much time and attention focused on planet Mars, and now our whole planet is totally at war, endlessly in war with each other. Maybe we should definitely spend more time focusing on Venus and love, family, harvest. Well, Planet Series 2, I guess. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the surprising possibility that there are still active volcanoes on Venus. Just another reason to inspect our sister planet. Although, if you're thinking about love, I guess it's best to call her our adult female friend planet. Sidebar, the peninsula is letting us know a volcano erupted in Alaska on the Aleutian Islands Friday. It set up ash cloud, prompting a warning for planes. There is a surprising possibility that there are still active volcanoes on Venus. Despite the similarities our world has with Venus, there's still much we don't know about Earth's sister planet and how it came to be. To its super dense and hazy atmosphere, there are still unresolved questions about the planet's geological history. For example, despite the fact that Venus's surface is dominated by volcanic features, scientists have remained uncertain whether or not the planet is still volcanically active today. Well, it would help if you actually turned a telescope on it or put a probe in orbit or, maybe thought about the planet. After 7 years of THORnews, man, I can tell you, space agencies are weird, and the way space agencies treat Venus is very weird. While the planet is known to have been volcanically active as recent as 2.5 million years ago, there's no concrete evidence has been found that there are still volcanic eruptions on Venus' surface. However, new research led by USRA's Lunar and Planetary Institute, LPI, has shown that Venus may still have active volcanoes, making it the only other planet in the solar system, other than Earth, that is still volcanically active today. I believe Saturn and Jupiter have moons that are volcanically active, Io specifically. This research, which appeared recently in the journal Science Advances, was led by Dr. Justin Filiberto, a staff scientist with the LPI. He was joined by fellow LPI researcher Alan H. Tremaine, Martha Gilmore of Wesleyan University's Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences, and David Trang of the Hawaii Institute of Geophysics Planetology. This is a shot of Jupiter's moon Io and all of its active volcanoes after a new volcano had erupted a year and a half ago. I'm wondering, why can't we get a camera shot of this, of Earth, to look at our volcanoes? Because I bet they would be very, very interesting. Volcanoes be happening all over the solar system. Totally looks like you could have life under there, dude. Totally have life there. Would you like to know when space agencies got really weird? It was right after they put up the Hubble in the mid-90s. The discovery that Venus once experienced a great deal of volcanic activity was made during the 1990s Thanks to NASA's Magellan spacecraft, the radar imaging it provided of Venus's surface revealed a world dominated by volcanoes and lava flows. During the 2000s, the ESA followed up on this with their Venus Express orbiter, which shed new light on volcanic activity by measuring infrared light coming from the planet's surface at night. I'm trying to force kick my sense of humor back, but I guess that's just manifesting itself in cheesy voices. This data allowed scientists to examine the lava flows on Venus. That does sound sexy. Surface more closely and differentiate between the ones that were fresh and those that were altered. So it's like Venus has a hymen. Unfortunately, the ages of lava, eruptions, and volcanoes on Venus were not known until recently, since the alliteration rate of fresh lava was not well constrained. What does that even mean, man? Unfortunately, the ages of lava eruptions and volcanoes on Venus were not known until recently, since the alteration rate of fresh lava was not well constrained. All right, someone smart will have to explain that to me. They're carbon dating Venus volcanoes with lava refresh rates that had been altered, I guess. Whatever. For the sake of their study, Dr. Filiberto, I bet that dude never stops talking. You know, like a filibuster? Okay. And his colleagues simulated Venus's atmosphere in their laboratory. There's a whole lot of weirdness there. I'm trying to search for funny jokes here, but I can't find any that are clean. For the sake of their study, Dr. Filiberto and his colleagues, probably other dudes, were sitting around simulating Venus's atmosphere in their laboratory in order to investigate how Venus lava flows would change over time. Weird science. This totally has a weird science vibe, man. Totally weird science. These simulations showed that olivine, which is abundant in basalt rocks, reacts rapidly with an atmosphere like Venus's and would become coated with magnetite and hematite, two iron oxide minerals within days. They also found that near-infrared signature emitted by these minerals, which are consistent with the data obtained by the Venus Express mission, would disappear within days. From this, the team concluded that the lava flows observed on Venus were very young, which in turn would indicate that Venus still has active volcanoes on its surface. This is a live shot. Well, it's not live. This is a satellite shot of the volcano that erupted on Earth in Alaska on Friday. That's pretty major, dude. Pretty major. Volcanoes are major and cool. We don't really have any satellites around Venus, so we cannot confirm or deny whether or not they have active volcanoes happening now. But I would guess they do, because they have a star inside of their planet, just like we do. It's called the core, and it's alive. Yeah, dude, this article's kind of the cool scientist way of letting us know volcanoes are playing a big effect all over the solar system. These results certainly bolster the case for Venus being volcanically active, but could also have implications for our understanding of the interior dynamics of terrestrial planets like Earth and Mars in general. As Professor Filiberto explained, if Venus is indeed active today, it would make a great place to visit to better understand the interiors of the planet. For example, we could study how planets cool and why the Earth and Venus have active volcanism, but Mars does not. I think Martians got really greedy and had a giant war and then tried to keep all the abundance for themselves, and then they just had a war that wiped out everything and everybody except for one iPhone Martian chip that got left in the dirt for like millions of years, and then we went and picked it up, so it's like Mars on Earth. But I can't verify that. Future missions should be able to see these flows and changes in the surface and provide concrete evidence of its activity, and I fully support missions to Venus, baby. I fully support it. In the near future, a number of missions will be bound for Venus to learn more about its atmosphere and surface conditions. These include India's Shukarayan and Russia's Venera D spacecraft. And the USA is like, nope, we're too busy going to Mars. which are currently in development and scheduled to launch by 2023 and 2026. These and other missions, which are still in the conceptual phase, will attempt to resolve the mystery of Earth's sister planet once for all. There are a lot of mysteries there. There's still a lot of mysteries in Earth, dude. And in the process, they might be able to reveal a thing or two about our own. And ladies and gentlemen, this video is part of my THORnews Save Thor Fundraiser 2020 overtime, because with everybody coming back from vacation, things always go a little slow in January. And so I want to say extra thanks to Yvonne, George, Matt, Michael, Jenny, Laura, Stephanie, Corrine, Karen, Caleb, Faiz, Jean-Luc, Athena, Chris, MP, Leanne, Robert, Lynn, Light Soul, Cody, Andrew, H, John, and Debbie. You guys are super fantastic. And thank you to everybody. We've only got $210 to go. Because I live, survive, and thrive, and bring you guys all the good truth, information, and inspiration I can. And hopefully I can get my sense of humor back. So if you would like to contribute, I've got an address you can send me to in snail mail. I have a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, and a Patreon. And I sincerely appreciate everybody out there. Asteroid Fight Club, you're amazing. And to all my Venus lover aficionados and lovers of space and lovers of the planets and lovers of where the planets are, I love you. It's all interesting. And I want to get back to the fun. I know World War III is happening. I know there's a Pluto conjunction. I know everything's weird and the angry people seem to be winning the day, but I still have faith. The miracles always show up just in time. So I want everybody to be cool. Hold Venus in your heart. Let us focus more on love and beauty, like Venus, instead of war, which is Mars, which is terror, fear, like the two moons. It is weird Venus doesn't have a moon, don't you think? Don't you think? And you can now see Venus in the sky after sunset, and she's always shining bright and very beautiful. I am grateful that Venus has been in my sky and in my life my whole life. So God bless everyone. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are super fantastic. And I will talk to you soon. Peace out. Stay cool. God bless everyone.